guys, Kate back here. Welcome to my channel. And today we're going hiking to Appenzell. We're starting all the way from the downtown St Gallen. I'll put all of the locations, the places where we're going, how we're getting there. So let's check it out. So we're taking a tram S21 first to Appenzell, and then we'll switch to S23 to Wasseraum. Then we will hike for, as Google puts it, 1 hour. I think it took us an hour and a half, and that's because of just the amount of snow that was there still, which was super surprising if you look at what's going on in St Gallen. So it's spring here, it's super warm, and we were expecting a lunch on a green grass by the beautiful lake. We were not expecting too much snow at all, so. So regarding the tickets were quite affordable. The total trip is just over an hour, and the tickets one way were 12 Swiss francs, which is equivalent at the time of the recording pretty much to US dollars. I think the trip itself was well worth it. The views are fantastic, as you could see, and the fun aspect is that oftentimes on one side you would have basically in this case it was on the right side you would have a completely green hills, and on the left side you would have them completely covered in snow. So I think it's because of the sun, so the other side is in the shade, and this side that is more in the sun, that gets more sun, looks like from entirely different climate or something. So to buy the tickets to the tram, you could either buy them at the ticket machines that are present at almost every station, or you can download an SBB app and then buy all of your tickets from the app. So here I just wanted to show you how the trip itself would look. Feel free to fast forward to the minute 5 or so. That's where the actual hike starts, if you're not a big fan of watching from the train. Hi there, we finally made it to the area. So now we're gonna hike all the way to the lake. Unfortunately, cable cart up is closed, so we cannot do it, but hiking is certainly available. So we're gonna go all the way that way, and we're going to see the lake there. So I'll see you there. So on this positive note, attention, you're entering the alpine hazards. We started our hike. And as you can see here, it doesn't look particularly scary, but soon we'll find out that there's much more to come than the hike could see at the moment. So we were quite hesitant whether we should actually hike there, because we were told by some of the staff down by the station that we shouldn't do that. And then when we went there, we saw a couple of skiers. I think they were Swiss, and we asked whether it's going to be okay, and they were like, oh, it's totally fine, like not to worry at all. But when we started going forward, we actually realized that snow, for the most part, was at the very least to my knees. So the hike itself was very, very difficult, and very frequently we could hear the avalanches from all over. It was a very warm day. So avalanche is a real hazard. And eventually we actually ended up walking through an avalanche towards the lake. Again, we were just so close that we didn't want to turn back. But in retrospect, I feel like it was a pretty risky thing to do. But the views throughout the way were so amazing. It was very, very difficult to actually turn back because we really wanted to see the lake. So we just kept on going.
This time I promise it won't break. I'm hoping that things haven't changed. Life took us far apart, but it never took away my heart. Have you been holding it safe? 'Cause it's been hard. You know I wanted to stay, caught us off guard, but there was no other way. Did you wait? 'Cause I've been counting the days, and I'm calling up to say I'm coming home. I'm coming home. We'll stay up till morning and head out exploring. Make up for months that we've missed. 'Cause the cold air is calling.
So I was always wondering, how can people wear virtually nothing and be in the snow? Well, now I know. It's super hot and there's still a lot of snow here. And yep, as you could see, we made it. As I pointed out, we were expecting a lake, like an actual water, not a frozen lake, green grass that we could have lunch on. As you can see, that's not what happened, so we ended up having lunch on the snow, basically. And a fun fact that I could point out too was that generally Swiss are very, very friendly, and when you meet them anywhere in the hike, they always say curtsy. And curtsy is basically a greetings, this kind of casual greetings like hi. And an interesting point that I realized when we were hiking there at this time period, for some reason people were much more, enthusiastic and friendly towards us. And I'm thinking that maybe that's because they saw us as this kind of hardcore extremists like themselves going to Alps, even though like avalanches are going down everywhere. So I'm not sure if we were presumed to be accepted to a club of extreme hikers. So in terms of what I learned from the experience, rule number 1, never go alone. Rule number 2, dress in layers and bring extra clothes for change. Number 3, definitely proper hiking boots, and you want to have waterproof clothes, and your pants should be over the boots. So I can't sort of stress it enough, because I found myself at the end of the trip virtually completely wet, and my shoes, even though I have really good hiking boots, were filled with snow most of the time, not surprisingly, perhaps because snow was to my knees, and in the worst case scenario, all the way to my thighs. So make sure that your clothes is waterproof and your pants are over the shoes so you stay dry. So now back to St Gallen. Again, you could see the huge difference. There's no snow here at all, and the difference from our elevation to the elevation of Appenzell is only a couple of 100 meters. The trip was fantastic, so I would highly recommend it. If you're in St Gallen, it's a very easy trip. The place is beautiful in every season, but definitely be careful if you're going there in the spring. There are dangers of avalanche and potentially some other hazards as well.